Louisiana, what's better than a good day? A great day.
Get ready for a brand new day. Yeah. Good things gonna come my way. Yeah. Get ready for a brand new day. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, beautiful people, and thanks so much for watching us here on Great Day Louisiana. I'm Malik Mingo, as always. Listen, we are back after some much-needed time off. Happy 2026 to everybody. First new show of the new year. And look, we are starting off with a bang. We are beginning with a conversation that has been making headlines since January 1st. I am talking about healthcare. Congress has yet to take any action on the enhanced tax credits for healthcare.gov that expired at the end of 2025. So, what does that mean for those who need to enroll in a plan? Let's ask all the questions to our first guest of 2026. It's Mike Bertaut, a healthcare economist for Louisiana Blue. Good to see you, my brother.
Good morning.
Happy 2026 to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
And look, I don't know how happy it is right now because, look, a lot of people are kind of screaming right now. If you all don't remember, this was a big reason for the government shutdown. Democrats were saying one thing, Republicans were saying another thing, but unfortunately, they have expired, these tax credits. Let's talk about what that means for people who are on this plan.
Yeah, we originally had a layer of tax credits available to many people, incomes between 100 and 400% of the federal poverty line. For a single person, that's about 63 grand a year. For a family of four, about 128. But in 2019, they added another layer of tax credits on top of that that allowed people who had higher incomes than that to only pay 8.5% of their income in premiums. Whatever was over that, the government would cover for them.
Wow.
So it was a very rich benefit. That benefit expired and was not funded by Congress on December 31st. So we're now back to the original ACA tax credit structure, which leaves out people who are above 400% of the poverty line. Lower income folks down around the Medicaid level would notice also there are fewer plans they can access with a $0 premium.
Wow.
Probably half as many as they used to be. These are the major impacts that you'll find from the changes.
So what does that mean? Because, you know, we have, about 300,000 people here in Louisiana on affordable health care, i.e. Obamacare, right now. For them who are looking at their plan right now, did they already see a rate increase? What do they need to know on how to navigate this time that we're in? Because Congress, as of right now, January 12th, has not done anything to fix these subsidies.
This is correct. The carriers sent out notices to folks 2 months ago to let them know that we anticipated the subsidies wouldn't be renewed and to let them know that the premiums would be higher so they could start to shop. The people who were enrolled in healthcare.gov had all of November and most of December to make a decision. Now, if you're in the zone where you haven't picked a plan yet, you need to act by the 15th of January. If you miss that deadline, you won't have coverage on February 1st, and it may be very difficult to get coverage after January 15th.
And it's so important that everyone gets coverage because, as you know, as I know, as you watching knows, if you have some unfortunate healthcare event and you're uncovered, you have to pay out of pocket, and that can be expensive. So when it comes to people who maybe have not enrolled yet, who need to re-enroll, who are looking at this coverage plan for the first time, what advice do you need to have? You talked about the deadline. You have until January 15th, so that's a couple of days, but you like to talk about the P's.
When my family call me and say, so-and-so doesn't have coverage yet, what do? I advise them in 3 steps. Number 1, make sure you're not Medicaid eligible.
Okay.
At ldh.la.gov,
Right.
you can go and see if you're Medicaid eligible. Number 2, check with your employer, because your employer may be having an open enrollment right around the first of the year.
Okay.
So you might be able to get back on an employer plan. Failing those 2, healthcare.gov, or get an agent to help you place that plan at 844-GET-BLUE. The agents will work with you for no cost, and you're under no obligation to buy anything.
They just want to help you. They just want to help you get coverage.
They've done it thousands of times before, so it's nothing for them. But healthcare.gov's website, not particularly user-friendly. I always recommend people get help using it.
Come on, and you all are seeing all that information on the number to call right there if you need assistance. Because look, the jargon around healthcare can be a little bit confusing. I want to go back to the conversation we were just talking about with these subsidies, right? Is there still financial aid available for people who need it, even though these premiums are going up and all that jazz?
Absolutely. The federal government is still going to distribute about $80 to $90 billion of assistance via healthcare.gov and the state-based marketplaces nationwide. So if your income is just a little too much for Medicaid, up to that 400% of the poverty line level, everybody in there is going to be eligible for tax credits to help them pay down their premiums. So don't get discouraged. If your income's in that zone, you will get help. If you're above it now, you may find that your premiums have gone up quite a bit because the federal assistance won't be there anymore.
Wow, and how do people know if they can qualify for that? Should they have already been contacted through the office, or do they need to contact them and say, hey, I still qualify for this financial aid, I need this assistance?
Yeah, what you got to do is you go to healthcare.gov and there's a way to shop for plans without buying anything.
Okay.
And an agent can show you how to do that. At the end of the day, you're going to need to project what you think your income's going to be that you'll file on your taxes for the year 2026. And that projection you make is the one that'll determine how much help you get.
Got it. So you can plug it all in to figure out which works best to you. But again, at the end of the day, we wanted to have this conversation because it's important that you have some type of coverage, whether it's through your employer or through the federal government. Look, Mike Bertaut, thank you so much for the conversation, helping out a lot of people who need it. And remember, everybody, the healthcare.gov open enrollment period, it ends on January 15th and coverage will start February 1st. Question, if they miss this deadline, I know how you said it's very difficult to get coverage after this. Is there any special circumstance if for some reason they can't get to a phone or can't get to the computer in the next couple of days?
What'll happen is the website will expect them to provide information that they have a reason for a special enrollment trigger.
Okay.
Like if you got married, if you changed zip codes and moved, if you had a baby. There is a list of things on the website that'll trigger an open enrollment period during the year, during the off times. If you don't fit one of those categories, they may not let you enroll.
Well, look, I don't fit any of that. And if you don't fit any of that either, you need to sign up for a plan. Again, that number, we want to show you one more time, 1-844-GET-BLUE to work with an agent. And for more questions, lablue.com is a great website for some resources. Thank you, Mike, for being here. Happy 2026. And look, everybody, we're just getting started on the show today. It's 2026 all year long. And guess what? We have certified sex therapist, Dr. Tracy Carlson, hanging out in our LCMC Health Wellness Lounge. Today, she's sharing some ways couples can reclaim their intimacy beyond what happens in the bedroom. Ooh, stay tuned for that conversation. Plus, guess what? Alex McMurray, who calls himself a one-stop shop musician, is ready to perform some music for us. Look at him. He is standing by. Join us for a performance right after the break.